This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. A VI senator is set to propose a pay raise for the lowest paid government workers. Next week, Senator Kurt Viale will introduce a bill proposing a nearly $5,000 increase in the minimum salary for government employees. The bill would increase the minimum salary from $27,040 to $37,000 annually. He said it would affect an estimated 971 employees and cost the government $4.3 million. The Senate is set to reconvene December 29th when he will introduce the bill, and it could be Viale's last action as a senator. He will not return to the legislature after foregoing a Senate bid in order to run for governor, a seat he lost to incumbent Governor Albert Bryan Jr. Royal Caribbean has announced a several $100 million partnership with a major firm to invest in USVI cruise port destinations, among others. The $210 million partnership will mean funding for improvements at local cruise ports. Royal Caribbean has already partnered with the VI Port Authority for several major enhancement projects at the Crown Bay Port in St. Thomas and the Frederiksted Pier on St. Croix. Now, Royal Caribbean Group says it has entered into a new partnership with Icon Infrastructure Partners VI to develop strategic cruise port infrastructure in support of Royal Caribbean Group's robust growth plans. With this new partnership, they will own, develop, and manage cruise terminal facilities and infrastructure in home ports and key ports of call. The company saying access to destination continues to be of strategic importance to its business. The new partnership will initially include Port Miami Terminal A and several development projects in Italy, Spain, and again, the U.S. Virgin Islands. The partnership will also pursue additional port infrastructure developments. Holiday travel starts this week. It's projected to be the biggest it has been in about 3 years, with AAA forecasting numbers just shy of pre-pandemic levels. That's a lot of people on the roads, and of course the airports in a lot of stress. So here are 5 travel tips from experts to make your trip go a little easier.
Busy roads, packed airports, and a lot of stressed holiday travelers.
2022 will be the highest since 2018 and 2019, but not quite as high.
With AAA projecting nearly 113 million people will travel 50 miles or more from December 23rd to January 2nd. There's some advice from travel experts to make your trip smoother and avoid the most chaos. If you're flying, expect larger crowds. AAA says air travel will see a 14% increase over last year. The first tip, avoid checking a bag. Try only bringing a carry-on.
If your flight gets canceled or you miss a connection, it's far easier to get put on a new plane and be nimble if you don't have a checked bag that they have to go find.
Tip number 2, if you have to check a bag, here are some tips to avoid losing it. A lot of airlines allow you to track your checked luggage on their app, but here's another idea. Tip number 3, take a tracker like this Apple AirTag and drop it in your bag to track its journey.
It's one of the better tips, especially considering the number of flight disruptions and the number of mishandled bags.
Tip number 4, if you're hitting the road, AAA recommends avoiding these most congested days, the Friday before Christmas and coming home on December 27th and 28th.
Since both holidays, both Christmas and New Year's, fall on a weekend this year, then the Friday before the weekend will be a very busy travel day.
And 5, when it comes to saving on gas, Gas Buddy says a little bit of planning goes a long way.
Shop around, they could be leaving low gas prices behind, or the low gas prices could be on the road in front of them.
AAA estimates this holiday season travel by bus, rail, and cruise ship will increase by 23% from last year. Active COVID-19 cases remain a bit high in the territory, although they are steady, declining a little bit. According to the latest numbers from the VI Department of Health, there are currently 54 active COVID cases territory-wide, with 25 on St. Croix, 28 on St. Thomas, and 1 active case on St. John. The health department says the flu and RSV are also circulating in the territory, so they're urging you to get a COVID and flu vaccination and do not gather for the holidays with loved ones if you are not feeling well. Well, let's face it, we tend to overindulge over the holidays, but there are ways to enjoy the season without putting on unwanted weight. Here's more from a health and fitness expert on how to avoid unwanted holiday weight gain.
From holiday treats to carbs and casseroles, extra calories can be the gift that keeps on giving.
People can put on anywhere from 0.8 to 3.3 pounds in the holiday from mid-November until mid-January.
Health and fitness expert Joey Thurman says there are ways to maintain your weight this holiday season. Start with slowing down while you eat.
That starts with looking at your food, cooking your food, smelling your food. So right there, you start to just produce those digestive enzymes in your mouth and in your body, so you can start breaking down the food.
Thurman says to give yourself some grace, allow yourself the foods you've been craving, but prepare for it.
A few days ahead of time, think about cutting down your calories a little bit, whether you're weighing your food or just being mindful of your portion size. Try to have protein first, then your veggies and things that are fibrous that fill you up.
Thurman says to try exercise snacking, a short workout before you eat. A number of scientific studies show that this can lead to gains in fitness and health overall. And after you eat, take a short walk.
Why? Because that's a digestion. It's a prokinetic, so that helps burn the calories. And if it's cold outside, studies have reported that when it's cold and you get that shiver, that increases your metabolic rate because your core temperature has to increase.
And just like every other time of the year, make sure you stay hydrated.
Don't have to worry about running in the cold here.